Okay, well, welcome to this first ever video marketing podcast. My name's Rod Moore, and I'm the founder of Video Marketing Partners. And I'm excited to be bringing this podcast to you. It's something I've been wanting to do for a long time, is to start using podcasting to connect with people who are interested in video marketing. And in this very first episode, it's really just to give you a welcome and an overview of what you can expect from the Video Marketing Podcast and why you should listen in to future episodes of Marketing Podcast, especially if you're a small business owner who's looking to start to get more business, grow their business, and attract more customers and clients through the power of video. That's what we're going to be covering in this podcast from week to week. So, in today's episode, the very first episode, what I'd like to do is just really give you an overview of who we are, what we do, and what you can expect from the Video Marketing Podcast. So, who are Video Marketing Partners? I'll tell you a little bit about myself and my background, and give you a bit of an overview of what our business is so that you know who we are. And we'll look at an overview of video marketing. Why should you take video marketing so seriously if you're a small business owner? Which is the nature of what this podcast is going to be all about into the future. As a small business owner, I believe, and I'll demonstrate to you that video is going to be the most important marketing media that you have at your disposal. And we'll cover lots of different topics around why that's the case, some of the changes that are happening, especially with the online marketing space, and where things are evolving to in the future. Technology is going at a breakneck speed, and when you understand the changes that are coming in technology, you'll start to understand why video is so important and why right now, if you're a small business owner, right now, there's a window of opportunity for you to become the first in your marketplace, your area, in your particular industry, to really start to dominate your market through video. And I'm going to talk to you about how to do that through this podcast. So this is really all about small business owners and how you can grow your business, grow your brand, develop your presence online, because let's face it, the future of marketing is all online. The people who are searching for your product or service, they're not going to the Yellow Pages anymore. They're going online and they're searching at Google and other search engines that we'll talk about. So how do you become the one that's found ahead of all of your competition? We're going to talk about that and why video can play such an important and vital role in that process of you being found online and standing above your competition. We'll talk about, once they do find you, how video can play a role in actually converting those prospects, those prospective customers and clients, converting them into paying customers and clients. And it's all about attracting them over to your website, building credibility with them, helping them get to know you, like you, and trust you, and feeling confident that you are the person that they want to do business with. And we'll talk about how video can play a vital role in positioning you as the obvious expert, the one to go to for your particular product or service. And video is so powerful for doing that. And I'll give you lots of examples and techniques to use with video that'll help you put yourself in that position where you're the obvious expert of choice for that particular person looking for your product or service. We'll talk about things like establishing your credibility, providing proof that your product or service works, testimonials on video. All of that type of thing we'll be covering in the Video Marketing Podcast week to week as we unfold with the podcast. So who am I and who are Video Marketing Partners? And one of the things I'd encourage you to do, if you are interested in video marketing for your small business, I would encourage you to go to our website, www.videomarketingpartners.com. And when you get to our website, there's a button at the top of the screen there, which is asks you to put your email and your name in, and it'll give you a video, access to a free video. It's about a 30-minute video And in that video, I talk about 7 ways you can use video to grow your business. Okay, some of them are quick and easy, and you can start using them right now today. And others, require are a bit more involved, but very powerful strategies to really be able to grow your business quickly through video online. Okay, so I'd encourage you to go to www.videomarketingpartners.com and request access to that video and watch that when you've got a moment. So a little bit about Video Marketing Partners. Actually, I'll tell you a little bit about myself first. As I said, my name's Rod Moore, and I've been involved in small business marketing for nearly a decade now. I originally started out and I was building a business and struggling to build the business. And I started looking at marketing systems. How can I develop a system to attract leads to me, convert those leads into customers, and to grow that business? And a large part of the research that I was doing, on how to do that was online marketing. So I became very good at online marketing, lead generation systems, building lead capture websites where we could build a database of prospects and converting those prospects into, paying clients, and using what I termed at the time attraction marketing. How do you make yourself so attractive to the marketplace that you just attract them to you and they want to do business with you, right? And they come to you pre-sold. And so I became a specialist in attraction marketing. I built a very successful business in 18 months. We did about 1.8 million in turnover in 18 months. And we're doing business in 23 countries because of the power of the internet. And as a result of that, what happened was I started getting other small businesses coming to me asking, how did you do that? Would you show us this attraction marketing system? Can you help us implement that into our business? And so for a better part of 5 or 6 years, I became a marketing coach, marketing specialist to small business all around the world. And I had thousands of small business owners come through and join me on webinars and purchase training materials that I developed, information products on attraction marketing, and I worked directly with hundreds of small business owners. I started a 3-day networking event for small business owners. We had hundreds of people come to those, and developed quite a large profile here in Australia, but also globally as the small business marketing or attraction marketing expert. And so I did that for a number of years, and then through a series of life events, I had my father die and a few other people in my life passed away. And I just reached a point where I needed to take some time out, and I went and traveled for a while. I took some time out to pursue art because I love painting, impressionist landscapes and so on, as a hobby, and it was something I wanted to pursue more. So I took probably close to 18 months out from the marketing coaching that I've been doing intensely for 5 or 6 years. I've been working really hard up to that point. Just took some time out, and in that time out, because art was my passion and I love teaching, I found myself meant to be taking time out, but I started building a little business on the side, which was an art school. And what I started to do, and I found it was a great outlet for me. I enjoyed having little art classes. I've ended up having a TV show, in fact, 2 different TV shows, which were broadcast nationally here in Australia, and started running this little art school. And what happened was, as a result of that, I started making videos. And so you have to understand that I had I thought like a marketer. And here I was in this artistic world where very few people think like marketers. And I started applying what came naturally to me, was developing, marketing videos, marketing systems for an art school. And if you go to YouTube and look up Moore Art School or Rod Moore Art, you'll find I've got a ton of videos there, and they've got thousands and thousands of views. Right? I think my channel is getting close to 70,000 views just on my channel. Well, as a result of that, those videos kept driving people into my database, and I started selling out all of these art classes. And I'm watching this, I'm thinking, wow, this video is incredibly powerful, you know. I mean, I've always known that video is a great medium to get a message across, but this is just incredible. I'm not doing anything, and every day people are opting into my database for this art school, which is really a hobby, right? And I started to look into video more and more, and looking at the future trends of where things are going online, right? Um, and the conclusion I came to, and I think there's no other real conclusion, is that video is going to drive the online world. It almost is right now, but certainly as we move into the future, video will be the dominant media online. Now, over the last 3 to 5 years, all the experts have been telling us social media and Facebook and Twitter and so on. And all of those things are very good. You know, if you're able to make them work for you, fantastic. But I do believe that all of those things are going to be driven by video. And I think the businesses that are going to win in the future are the ones who are able to create compelling video content to market their business. Now, it doesn't matter if you're a hairdresser in, you know, a local town, and there's maybe, you know, 10 other hairdressers, and you're looking to be found on the search engines, or if you're a, you know, professional speaker, or you manufacture car tires. It really doesn't matter what business you're in, or where you're located, or how big or how small your business is. If you want to be able to market your business effectively in the future, video is the key. And there's a whole host of reasons why, and we'll cover them in more detail in future episodes of the Video Marketing Podcast. But here's just one of them, just to get you thinking. Where as broadband technology increases, so internet speeds increase, right? Which is what we're happening right now. In Australia, we've got the rollout of the National Broadband Network. We're about 18 months away from most of Australia being hooked up to the National Broadband Network. What that means is that internet connectivity speeds are going to go through the roof. So streaming video in real time is going to be simple. Whereas 3 years ago, 5 years ago, the compression technology, the bandwidth, it just wasn't there, right? We're now about to enter into a world where, well, here's an example. Look at the cost of hard drives today. You can go and buy a 2 terabit hard drive for $100. 3 years ago, that would have been thousands of dollars. Well, connectivity, broadband, and internet connection speeds and bandwidth are going to go down a similar path, right? The cost is going to greatly reduce. The speeds are going to dramatically increase. The amount of data allocation on most people's plans is going to go through the roof. So video is going to become the dominant media. So I think we're about 2 years away from, you know, if you haven't got your video marketing strategy sorted out, your business is going to get lost online. But there's a window of opportunity right now because most small business owners, have got their heads in the sand when it comes to video marketing. Right, because one of the main reasons is they don't want to appear on camera, or they don't feel comfortable, or they don't know how. Right, and I'm going to show you how to overcome all of those issues through this podcast in future episodes. But the thing I want to really drive home to you is video is going to dominate, and you need to get your video marketing strategy in place right now, today, before your competition do, because the thing with video, it's very different. Like social media, you could start a Facebook page today and you can pretty much catch up with your competitors. If they've been active on Facebook for 2 years or whatever, you can pretty much catch up, because in Facebook, you don't really create an asset base as such, a marketing asset. People think that they are. You know, they've got 5,000 fans on their fan page, but what they don't realize is that, you know, Facebook are busy looking at ways to restrict how much reach you have to that, fan base, so that they can charge you for access to them, right? With video, the difference with video is the longer your videos have been around and the more views they get, so, you know, the longer they're around, naturally the more views they'll get if you do it right, the more relevant Google sees the video as being for particular keywords. So the more relevant you are, the higher they put you up in the search engine results, and the higher up you are, the more views you get, right? So can you see that there's this cycle that the longer you're there and the more views you get, it leads to higher search rankings, and more views, which leads to higher search rankings, and it's this perpetual cycle. So you need to get your videos in place now so that in 2 years' time, when your competitors try and catch up, it's very hard for them. If you've got videos that have got thousands of views, which might take weeks, it might take years, but let's just say you've got videos that have got thousands of views, right? Your competitors are never going to catch up unless they do something pretty incredible. Chances are good they won't. So once you get that first mover position, right, you lock yourself in at the top of the search engine results through video. Very, very difficult for your competitors to knock you off. Now, again, this is different from if you've used any form of traditional SEO to try and get your website ranked at the top of the search engines. Well, you probably already know that if you do that, your competitors can come along with a bigger budget and knock you off. But it's more difficult with video because the longer a video has been around, the more views it's got, the more likes and so on, the more embedded it becomes at the top of the search results for particular keywords. So now's the time to get your videos in place. Now, the other thing that's happening is the convergence of technology. TV and the internet are about to become one, right? Internet-enabled TV is already here. It's not mainstream yet, but it's about to be. And that means that people who used to sit there and flick on the remote control between channels of TV content will now be flicking between TV content and the internet and YouTube and back to Facebook and so on. It'll all be integrated into one. We're already seeing your mobile phone. If you've got an iPhone or an Android phone, a smartphone of any type, you'll know that the internet's already integrated into this device, right? You can watch YouTube, so the integration of all these different technologies is going to be driven again by video. So video is going to dominate. There's absolutely no doubt. Now, I'll give you one particular case study, which I think is just phenomenal, is the musical artist from Korea, Psy, right? He had the Gangnam Style video. Now, Psy, what a lot of people don't know about Psy, a lot of people think he's an overnight sensation, but the reality was he's been around for a decade creating albums in Korea. And in Korea, he was already quite popular. He wasn't a superstar, but he's already doing quite well as a recording artist in Korea. Nobody outside of Korea had ever heard of him. But through his Gangnam Style video on YouTube, which went viral, he's become a worldwide phenomenon, right? He's had more than 2 billion, that's with a B, 2 billion views on his YouTube channel, right? Video. And as a result of that, he's been able to sell records in a global marketplace, tour the world, and had phenomenal international success almost overnight in terms of his global reach. And it all came about because of one video, right? Now, I'm not suggesting that your business is going to have a massive global hit like that. I mean, that's a rare example. But it does demonstrate the power of a well thought out video marketing strategy to get your message out there. It's a platform that was not available to the average chiropractor 5-10 years ago. Just wasn't available. But today, the average chiropractor can reach out to his local market. Anybody who goes to Google and searches chiropractor in their local town, the local chiropractor can reach out to those people and build a relationship with them and gain their confidence and their trust and attract them to their website and get them as a client through video, right? And every video that you create becomes a marketing asset in your business. Think about that. If you put the effort and time into creating a series of videos right now, those videos live and breathe and carry your marketing message 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and will continue to drive business to you if you do it right. So you can probably tell I'm quite passionate about video. And that's why I've decided to start this video marketing podcast and why we started Video Marketing Partners, our business. So a little bit about Video Marketing Partners, just briefly. We obviously provide video marketing strategy. We help small business really dominate their local area market for their particular business. So for the particular hairdresser, we help them dominate so that when people do search for a hairdresser in their local area, or a chiropractor, or a florist, that you become the only business that appears in the search results. And not only do you appear in the search results, but it's video that appears in the search results. That's our end game, because the video jumps out of the search results and you're more likely to click on it. And that's what we do. We work with clients on that basis. Now, if you want to find out more, as I said, drop by www.videomarketingpartners.com and check out our website there. And if you're ready to start using video now, request a complimentary marketing consultation. You'll see the button all over the page there to do that. So that's a brief introduction to this video marketing podcast, what we're all about, why we're doing it, and what you can expect going forward into the future. If you're listening to this podcast at our website or on YouTube, then please leave a comment below or ask questions, or tell me what you'd like me to cover in future episodes. I've obviously got a plan of what we'll cover, but I'd love to hear from you. And by all means, leave a message, leave a question, leave a comment. And if you listen to this as through iTunes or some other podcasting technology, please come to our website and you'll see a podcast menu option, and click on that and go to this first episode and leave a comment or a question at the blog there. We'd love to hear from you, and we'd love to know what your questions are. So in next week's episode, I'm keeping today's episode quite short, but in next week's episode we'll get into some more interesting topics and start to give you some practical ideas on how to develop a video marketing strategy. What I want to leave you with today is a tip on how you can actually start to implement video. Okay, and so this week's video marketing tip is: make sure when you set up I'm going to talk about YouTube for our video marketing tip this week. When you set up a YouTube channel, you need to optimize the channel as well as the videos. Now, a lot of people don't even know you need to optimize the videos. They just put videos up and wonder why they get very few hits or views on their videos. But what you need to do is set up a channel first, and you need to have your channel very focused. Okay, so I've seen lots and lots of small business owners who make a couple of videos about their business, marketing their business, and then they upload videos of what their kids are doing on the weekend, and so their channel becomes very unfocused and cluttered. And the problem with that is that YouTube's owned by Google. Google operate on the basis of relevancy. So if you want to appear in the search engine results, they only want to deliver up what they call relevant content for whatever's being searched. So if your channel on YouTube is not focused around a very tight set of keywords, and you've cluttered it with all sorts of things in there, then you're not going to appear in the search results at all, and the views on the videos you've made for your business aren't going to work. So one of the very first things you need to do in starting your video marketing strategy is to look at the channel that you've created on YouTube and make sure it's very focused around a set of keywords. And if you have other videos in there, then you need to move those into another channel, and so on. Now, YouTube have just updated the nature of channels and how they appear. And this is really important because a lot of people haven't updated their channel yet, and you really need to go and do this. But it's now called One Channel, okay? And it's being set up so that the same channel appears on a desktop, on an iPad, on an iPhone or a smartphone, and TV, right? So they're redesigned the whole channel so that it will work across a whole range of different devices, and TV is obviously going to be a huge, important part of that in the future. So now's the time to go and check on your YouTube channel. You want to go and make sure it's optimized, but also make sure that you look into the One Channel developments that YouTube have just released. And if you need any help with that, then get in contact, and we'll be happy to help you out. One of the things we're doing for one client right now is optimizing his channel. He's got 170 videos in his channel, and he's got 3 different businesses in the one channel. So what we're doing is we're splitting it out into 3 different channels, and each of those channels we're going to optimize for a specific set of keywords. So get really focused, make it really relevant, and setting it up for the one channel development that's just happened with YouTube. So that's this week's video marketing tip. Get your YouTube channel sorted out, get it focused, get it optimized around a set of keywords, and get it ready for the one channel as that starts to roll out, which is happening right now. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this very first video marketing podcast. My name's Rod Moore from Video Marketing Partners, and I will look forward to speaking with you next week. Now, next week, what we're going to talk about is creating an overall video marketing strategy. So really creating a blueprint for your video marketing strategy for your business. And I'm going to give you some pointers on what to focus on and what to look at in order to bring that video marketing strategy together. Okay, so I look forward to speaking with you next week. And until then, have a great week, and look forward to seeing your videos attracting you more business. Cheers for now.